welcome to another Sunday service here at the Holy Qubtic Church of Nassau. My name is Pastor Dr. Cleveland W. Eneas III, also known as Ka-Hun, Anku, Sarah. As always, we like to begin by greeting our listening congregation or those who may be watching this service, however it is that we are coming into your home. We encourage you to come down to historic Bain town any Sunday at 9 a.m. for our Sunday service, or any Wednesday at 7 p.m. for our True Light Fellowship and Bible study. For those of you who did make it, as always, we greet you all by saying Namastu, which simply means I bow to the divinity in you. And we also say Shalom Rayo, which is simply good morning. And how's everybody doing today?
Qubtic graphic.
Qubtic graphic.
Brother Jay's on it.
We think we're going to have to close that door. Well, today is another opportunity for us to delve deeper into the mysteries of atonism. We asked the question today, are you working as hard as the devil? Are you working as hard as the devil? Today, we see so many things happening in our world, so many things happening in our country, in our communities, in our homes, and in our personal lives. And this message, which is the message that was given to us by Ba-Sesh, Haruhotep-Tar, by way of the critical theology classes, is a question that we all should be asking ourselves, because if we expect to make any type of change in this world, truly we have to look at what it is that we're up against. We cannot expect for things to just change because we want them to change. We cannot just expect for us to get things done the way we want them to get done unless we are willing to put in the work to overcome and put the devil underfoot. Amun? Amun. And so today we're going to be reading from several places: the Barashith, the Istanjil, the Psalms, and even the book of Job. And so I want to make sure that everybody, please, you should have your Bibles, you should have something to write with. Basesh makes it known, because he always asks, make sure the camera pans so we can see people's faces, see how people are encouraged by what is being taught. And he says, yes, he does take an offense when he doesn't see people taking notes. No, it's not funny, because this is what? Akit Aten. Just like you wouldn't go inside your classroom and sit there and look at your professor. You could use your phone, you could use whatever it is, but you should be taking some form of notes. You should have some type of Bible. Well, everything now can fit on your phone or your tablet, right? But it's not for our sake, but for your sake. Because you really should be taking notes in order to study and in order to be able to explain later on when people ask you.
Show yourself approved.
Show yourself approved. You understand what I'm saying? And so today we want to start in the book of Job. Job chapter 1. And we write in the myth-made King James Bible, or whatever version of the Bible that you may be holding. And we're going to read through Job, and then we're going to be moving through the scriptures. Of course, you don't have the Barashith, so you won't be able to follow in there, but we will read the equivalent in the Genesis from the Myth-Made Bible. And so we all have heard the story of a man named Job, yes? Yes. Anybody never heard of Job? I didn't think so. Yes? And so today we're going to read and learn about this Job, who is called Ayub originally. Ayub. I-Y-U-W-B. Okay? And this story is coming from the Babylonian theodicy. The Babylonian theodicy. I think it's I or A. Spell check. Right? And this Babylonian theodicy represents the original books of the Bible. We keep talking about the original books of the Bible, and people keep asking us, well, where are you getting these original books of the Bible from? The reality is, we're not getting them from anywhere. You just haven't gotten them. Amen? Somebody made sure you didn't get the original books of the Bible. Somebody made sure that you were getting the Eda text. You were getting the European, let me write it up high so people in the back can see it. You were getting a text that the Europeans were utilizing to create their scriptures. And you took it as the Bible. You took it as the word of the Most High. You took it as that which would lead you to salvation. When the reality is, it has led you into hell. And those of us who want to be truthful about it will admit it, while those who want to pretend and be delusional will say that they are too blessed to be stressed. Well, Job was more blessed than anybody right now who's saying they're too blessed to be stressed. And let's see what happened to Job. There was a man in the land of where? We should all be reading. Uz. Uz. Alright? And this Uz, as a word, Utz, from H 5780 in the Strong's Concordance, consultation. A son of Aram, also a Sirite. Alright? And the regions settled by them outside of what you call Palestine today. And they say his name was Job, but we originally knew his name to be Ayub. Everybody say Ayub.
Ayub.
And so this Ayub, it says, and that man was perfect. Everybody say perfect.
Perfect.
Now it's important that we understand what this word perfect is saying. Salihan or Salahin. Salahin. And this Salahin is achieved by Sila. We put the hyphens in there. Sila.
What is Salahin?
Salahin is perfect. Sorry. Salahin is perfect. They say Job was perfect. But I thought only Jesus was perfect. Because that's what they teach us. Because you're not supposed to be able to reach perfection. But that's not what the scriptures are teaching us right now. It's saying that this man named Job was perfect and upright. Alright? And so what is this word upright? Because you want to be clear on what the languages are saying. Hanuf. So perfect and upright is the word Hanuf. H-A-N-U-F. And this word perfect goes back to the root Sila. Everybody say Sila. Sila. Sila represents true prayer supplication. So he was made perfect by way of his dedication to the Most High Heavenly One. He was made perfect by, as you're going to see in short order, the works of his hands. He wasn't perfect because people liked him. He wasn't perfect because they just wanted to say he was perfect. He was perfect by way of his works. He was upright, Hanuf, from Nuf, from Fataha, from Ifta. Alright, from Ta. This word Ta, or Maftuha, represents a key, or that which opens. They call Ta, or Tar, the opener. Ta, or Tar, You see P-T-A-H, originally T-A-R, and this word represents the opener. And so Job was following the rites of Ptah. Job was living his true religious identity. Say true religious identity.
True religious identity.
And so it's important for us to understand that there was a formula here. There was a formula. Amun?
Amen.
And so it goes on to say, and Pastor Sheen, help me read right here. It says he was perfect and he was upright, and what else?
And he eschewed evil.
No, go back. And one that what?
Hold on, let me get there, Rev. Where we at?
Right behind there. Right behind.
Perfect and upright. And one that feared the
One that
God.
feared Nataru Elohim, that they translate as God. One that feared. Now, does the Most High Heavenly One want us to be afraid of the Most High Heavenly One? No. So this was a what? This was reverence. This was respect. This was true morals. This was living up to the requirements of our Qubtic rights, of our true religious identity. So it wasn't a fear as in to say, oh, I'm afraid or I'm scared of the Most High. It was the same reverence that any one of us should have for a parent that has done right by us.
That's right, Rev.
Amen. So I'm not afraid of my father, but he could call my name to this day, almost 40 years old. He could say my name a certain way, and I gonna feel something inside of me. That's a reverence. You understand what I'm saying? All right. And so he says he what? Minabazir Hashim.
He feared God and eschewed evil.
He escheweth evil. Now, that's a big fancy word there. Escheweth. They didn't want you to know what that word meant. They didn't want you to understand what that was. Right? But let's see what the word was. The word there is sur in the Hebrew H5493 in the Strong's Concordance. And what is this word? Pastor Sheen, you have it?
I have it. It's saying here a primitive root to turn off.
To turn off. In other words, when he saw evil, he was turned off. What does that mean exactly? Because we all live in a world right now whereby there are many things that we see on a day-to-day basis that we can either move towards or move away from. Let's take a quick peek into the Barashith. And let's look at Minabazir Hashim. We're on page 49, verse 40. Because I want us to look and understand and know what the ways of the fallen ones, that Job or Ayub, he was turned off by them. It didn't turn him on. It didn't make him excited. It didn't make him want to be a part of it. Amun?
Amen.
And so we're on page 49 in the Barashith. This is Papyrus 2, verse 40. And it's going to give us some things here that we all will recognize and we all need to understand are the ways of the fallen ones. In so doing, when you all try to grow food from tar earth, from this day forward you shall no longer be able to bring forth the best vegetation, nor fruits, as you have been previously taught to do. Instead, you all will live as Nuddites. Everybody say Nuddites.
Nuddites.
This is the term for the black devils. Black devils. That's right. This is. You don't want anybody calling you a Nuddite.
Oh, boy.
All right. So the Nuddites. These are the black devils. Yes. That we are surrounded by every day of our walk in atonism. All right. It says, wherein be deemed fugitives and wandering vagabonds in the overcrowded cities of the surviving, disagreeably warring seeds of Cuthites and Atamites at the base of the Tigris-Euphrates rivers, and those inhabitants of the land of Nud, Europa, namely the Nephilim, the Gathite, the Raphimite, the Anakim, the Zazumim, the Emim, all fallen angels who practice and live by the racist caste system of Indra, old Hinduism. Because in Hinduism, they have a caste system, and the word caste itself means color. They divide you by color. And they teach us what? If you're white, what?
You're right.
And if you're black?
You're black.
All right. You ain't got to go through all of the colors. So they were following or lived by a racist caste system of Indra, old Hinduism. All in the Sauda, the outer fields or outer lands amongst those who human children of their genetic line who engage in, and these are the things that Ayub eschewed or were turned off by body piercings. By body piercings, we know that the Most High Heavenly One had a way for us to be recognized by our nose ring and our earring, but you have those who have earrings everywhere. You pick a spot, they can put a hole in it. You understand? That is the ways of the fallen one. Everybody say, those are the ways of the fallen ones.
Those are the ways of the fallen ones.
Tattooed bodies. Everybody say, tattooed bodies.
Tattooed bodies.
Those are the ways of the fallen ones.
Those are the ways of the fallen ones.
Body modifications.
Body modifications.
Those are the ways of the fallen ones.
Those are the ways of the fallen ones.
Now when we think about body modification, we often think about the extreme. We think about people taking a surgery to split their tongue so they have a forked tongue, or putting some type of steel inside of their forehead so it can bulge like the demon that's inside of them, or to, you know, to file their teeth so they look like shark teeth almost. Yeah. But we as a people, we suffer from a mental disorder called dysmorphia. Dysmorphia. Say dysmorphia. Dysmorphia. These are the ways of the fallen one. Dysmorphia. Now, dysmorphia speaks to the fact that we want to change the original ways or the original image that the Most High Heavenly One created us in. So, if you decide that your hair is not in the right shape, and you have to find a way to straighten it, that's a form of dysmorphia. If you have to go and get liposuction because you're too lazy to go and exercise, that's a form of dysmorphia. You understand? We often think about the extremes of it, but again, these are the ways of the fallen ones. They don't have a problem with changing their nose. They don't have a problem with changing their skin color. That's another thing that a lot of people in our communities do today, which is a form of dysmorphia. Amun? Amun. It goes on to say scarification. Scarifications? Scarification. These are the ways of the fallen ones.
These are the ways of the fallen ones.
Scarifications, those who find the time to cut themselves, or branding themselves, or finding ways to put scars on themselves for whatever purpose they deem necessary. These are the ways of the fallen ones. The destructive eating habits. See, everybody told getting march this morning.
March they told me.
You know what I'm saying? Some of us are sitting there saying, I ain't got no tattoo child. I ain't got that. Destructive eating habits. If you wasn't doing one of the things, you was doing this. All of us guilty of this. These are the ways of the fallen ones.
Ka-Hun, why are you talking to me so hard?
Man, come on, everybody getting it. Everybody getting it today. You understand? And perverted sexual ways, including bestiality, all in the image and likeness of the demonic humanoid beast of the fields. These were the things that turned Job off. These were the things that turned Ayub off. He wasn't interested in it. He understood that there was a way of life that he had to live in order to maintain balance.
To maintain balance.
Amun. And so let's understand why it was important for him to maintain balance. Verse 2. And there was born unto him how many children?
7
Seven.
7 sons and how many daughters?
3 daughters.
Now it's important that we understand that this verse is saying more to us than meets the eye. Because within the Tamarian schools or universities, we understood that there was something called the Abjud. Everybody say abjud.
Abjud.
And this abjud represented a simple truth. There's an abjud. Okay? The simple truth. Alright? And there was also the Megillah. Everybody say Megillah.
Megillah.
And this represents finding the roots to certain words. Root words or roots of words. And so the abjud or the Megillah in this particular verse is, and I want you to pay attention to what's happening. They say there's 7 sons and 3 daughters. 7 plus 3 is how much?
10.
Okay, beautiful. His substance was also how many? 7,000 sheep. So this is a rich man. This is a rich man. 7,000 sheep. And how many camels? 7,000 plus 3,000 is how much?
10,000.
Oh, 10,000. Okay. And then it goes on to say he had what? 500 what? Yoke of oxen and 500 what? She-asses. 500 and 500 is how much? This 10 keeps showing up. So what is this 10 actually speaking about? This 10 is talking about the 10th letter within what is called today the Hebrew alphabet. Alright? But it was much older than the Hebrew alphabet. Right? This 10th letter represents the yod. It is called the yod, which represents the hand. So Ayub was working by what? The strength of his hands, his 10 fingers. That's why this 10 keeps coming up. Because everything that he got, he worked for it. He put in the time, he put in the effort. Because he was an upright man, he was a perfect man. He was someone who revered the Most High Heavenly One. You understand? And he understood that he had to work and work and work to get what was necessary, not just for him. Let's see what happens here. It says, and a very great household. So he had all of these oxen. He had all of these she-asses. He had all of these camels, etc., etc. Not so he could just show off, but because he had a great household. He had how many? 7?
100 jams, Ka-Hun.
100 jams. Oh yes, the current is on, yes. I was wondering where he was going with that. Because 100 is a 10 too, you know what I'm saying? There's 0 on there. So
10 right there today.
yeah. I'm one. And so I'm one for the lights being back on because the devil ain't gonna wake out of nuts.
Yeah.
The devil ain't gonna wake out of nuts. I'm on because the devil's turning off the light. You understand? But we can keep moving, right? And so it goes on to say that this Job said he had a great household, so that this man was the greatest of all the men of the East. So he was the man. He was the example. He was the one who everybody looked up to, or if you didn't like him, you hated him, but you knew who he was. He was the man. Amun? It says, and his sons went and feasted in their houses, every one his day, and sent and called their 3 sisters to eat and to drink with them. So they did what? They ate together. They understood the importance of the feasts and the festivals and just sitting down and eating dinner, because during dinner time, what happens? You have conversation, you communicate, you understand what's happening. And so again, this is a formula. This is something that we as atonists, if we are to work harder than the devil, we must find time for our families. We must find time to come together and to begin to learn again who our families are. Because oftentimes, yes, that's my sister. Yes, that's my brother. Yes, that's my mommy. Yes, that's my daddy. But we don't talk. You understand? We talk to everybody else more than we talk to our own families. Yet, it's the ones that we're going to need in those times of weakness, that the ones that we really going to need, we don't really talk to. You understand? But the devil does it. The devil's find time to sit, even if they drinking some wine or drinking some scotch or, you know, eating some pork chop or whatever they're doing. right? They find time to come together. Amen? And so we got to do that enough for us to be able to overcome the devil, and especially the ones within. And so the brothers would call the sisters and they would eat. And it was so when the days, verse 5 of Job, and it was so when the days of their feasting were gone about, that Job sent and sanctified them. What is this sanctification of a feast? Do we understand what that is saying? What is this called? This is called your Shabbat meal. Every Friday, when we light those Shabbat candles, and we have our Shabbat meal, there's a prayer that we say before we eat that meal. That's a sanctification of the family. That's a sanctification of the meal. This is what Ayub was doing with his family. He was making sure that he kept the Qubtic rite of Shabbat. Amun?
Kept it holy, right?
Kept it holy. Them sanctified them and rose up early in the morning and offered burnt offerings according to the number of them all. So he was making sure that he wasn't just praying for himself, he was praying for his family. For Ayub said, it may be that my sons have sinned and cursed God, or not to really. He didn't know because he wasn't always with them, right? What does he say here? And cursed where? Cursed not to yellow him where? In their heart. So they may not be saying it, but they may be thinking it. You understand? And so it says, thus did Ayub continually. So he made sure that he prayed. He made sure that he made the sacrifices that were necessary for his family to receive the blessings of the things that he did do. Because remember, your family will receive the things that you have done, and they will receive the things that you haven't done. Amen? Amen. And so, let's talk about the devil now. Verse 6 of Job. Now there was a day when the sons of Nassau came to present themselves before the Lord. Which Lord? This Lord was not some spook, some ghost. This was a Melchizedek of that day and time. A head priest. One who was respected. Right? And it says this Lord Adonai, or Atun, the highest, the unique one. It says, and Satan came also among them. So you have the sons of God, but you also have this Satan who was with them. Amen? And this is important for us to understand, because when you read the Barashith, you'll understand that this Nakash was allowed into Akit Aten to study amongst the Naturu Elohim, or the Bain Elohim, the children of the Most High Heavenly One, so that not only could he learn, but we could study him in order to understand or understand if that nature could be changed, if that nature could be overcome, if that nature could be reformed. Amen? Amen. And so the reality of the situation is, yes, this was a day and time whereby the Nakash, the Satan, the Lucifer, was a part of the Akit Aten. And so, what is going on here? In verse 7 it says, and the Lord said unto Satan, whence comest thou? Where the hell you been? You been missing classes? You know what I'm saying? I had a friend who missed a whole semester. He was in love. You know what I'm saying? And the love was in Tuskegee. Yes. He had to spend some time with love outside of town. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying he was a devil, but I'm saying this was the type of move, you know, the devil was up with. It's like, where you been? You know, you show up today. We ain't see you now for how long? You September we see you, you register, and now you showing up right before midterms? What's going on? Right? If you've been to college, you know some friends like that, I guarantee you. Right? You know, whence cometh thou? Where the hell you been? Right? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it.
Up and
Are
down in
you
it.
working as hard as the devil? Because he was walking. He said he had no car. He was walking up and down and to and fro. He was spreading his religion. He was causing mischief. He was making sure that families don't get together and honor the Shabbat and keep it holy. He was making sure that families don't come together and sit down and have dinner together. He was making sure that people don't stay healthy because he's telling you that something that's bad for you is good for you. He's making evil fair seeming. He's walking up and down and to and fro. Up and down and to and fro. He was walking through the earth and spreading this demonic, evil, wicked doctrine that has us enslaved today. Come on? And so it goes on to say, verse 8, and the Lord said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job? Hast thou considered Ayub? Yeah, because it's your doctrine is gonna, work on those who are not living their true religious identity. You got them. They in your image and after your likeness. You understand? But have you considered Ayub? You see? That there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, one that reveres not to the him and turns away from evil, from unbalancement. Have you considered that one? How does this speak to us today in this day and time? You are Ayub. You are those who should be upright. You are those who should be striving for perfection. Perfection means balancement. Perfection means that you're working hard to live up to the standard that your genealogy demands of you. You have been appointed a child of the Most High Heavenly One.
So, Rev, you saying if I was a child of the Most High, I definitely working harder than the devil?
You better work harder than the devil. Because if you ain't working harder than the devil, my Lord, the devil will be doing what? Walking up and down and to and fro. You understand? And causing chaos. And causing wars. And causing gossip. You understand? And telling people that what evil is fair seeming. When you start to ask them about why they doing what they doing, they looking like you crazy. You understand? If you don't have a tattoo nowadays, you in the minority. Huh? Oh, you don't want to just pass the top of your ass? You don't want to pass your cheek? What's wrong with you? Huh? What about you don't pass this part of your lip? Huh? You don't want to pass your nipple, your navel, your privates? You don't pass all of that?
Pass something.
Yeah, you don't want to do that? What's wrong with you? That's what they're asking. You understand? No, you got to be those who turn away from that. You say, no, that don't make no sense to me. Because I got to live in an image and after a likeness of the Most High Heavenly One. I got to be an example for these children. Because these children watching us. And they want to know why did you put that earring in the middle of your forehead, Daddy? Oh, Daddy, why you put a tattoo in the middle of your palm? Huh? You see some of the rappers, they tattoo the eyelid, tattoo in the eyeballs. Huh? But if you don't understand why it's happening, why is it happening? Let's see why it's happening. Let's go into the battle sheet. Because you gotta understand what we're up against. We're going into the 6th. Let's go, everybody turn to Genesis 6. Okay? Turn to Genesis 6. We're gonna look at Genesis first. And then we're gonna look into the battle sheet. Because we need you to understand what's actually happening here. Genesis 6 is talking about these sons of God. Alright? And that these sons of God, there were two groups. We're going to focus mostly on verses 5 and 6, right? But I want us to understand the context here. So we're going to start at verse 1 in the Myth-Made Bible. It says, and it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of Nassau saw the daughters of men, that they were fair. And they took them wives of all which they chose. And the Lord said, my spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh. Yet his days shall be 120 years. It says, there were giants in the earth in those days. And also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them, the same became mighty men. Say mighty men. Mighty men. Say Gibborim. These Gibborim are those who brought algebra. Say algebra. Algebra. This algebra is the science of the Gibborims, the science of the mighty ones, which were of old, men of renown, men from the skies, the Shemaim. Their celestial genealogy was very important because it allowed for them to be mental giants, as well, in some instances, as physical giants, based on the genealogy and where they were coming from. But let's pay attention to verse 5 and 6. It says, and God, or Natari Elohim, saw that the wickedness of man was great in all the earth, or great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. Was only evil continually. What is this saying to us? This saying that every single thing that people talk about has to do with some type of wickedness. Is dealing with some type of unbalanced behavior. Is dealing with the ways of the fallen ones, and the ways of the fallen ones.
The ways of the fallen ones.
You got to be turned off by it. It says, and it repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. Now we touched a little bit on this last week, all right, but the context was not the same. So let's look in the Barashif now, all right. So Meadow Hashin, page 57, verse 5 and 6. What does it say, Meadow? It says what?
On seeing these events take place, the Nataro Elohim declared and said, surely we must from this point forward make sure that the divine link to the Most High Heavenly One, Anere, find within our ark, African chromosomal etheric body, our bar, African DNA soul, on our cup, our African divine RNA spirit, are not always accessible, unbreedable with Cain or the Cainite groups who have now willfully bred with the fallen angels.
Now this corresponds with Genesis 3. It says, and the Lord said, my spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years. Well, why was this important? What was this saying? Why is it saying that the spirit would not strive with man, for he is also flesh, yet his days 120 years? What is this actually saying? This is talking about the fact that the Natari Elohim were making it very plain that we can no longer marry amongst them. We can no longer bind the flesh with this group, because they willfully bred in with the fallen angels. And in willfully breeding in with the fallen angels, it made it so that the ways of those who were the fallen angels now became what? Their ways. Now they wanted to have all of these things that we're talking about this morning as a part of their lives. Now they wanted to look a certain way. Now they wanted to act a certain way. Now they wanted to function a certain way. The problem is they look just like us. You understand? And so it goes on to say in verse 6, which is still Genesis 6 and 3. What does it say, Meadow?
This is important for we, the Natara Elohim, know that if this direct genetic link to us is allowed to remain intact, the children produced shall be able to interfere with and misguide many of the children of the Most High Heavenly One, Anere, forever using the guise of their divine melanin fleshly appearance.
So they understood that it was important. They understood as the Natari Elohim that we can no longer have a direct genetic link with these devils. Because what's going to happen? They're going to interfere with the children of the Most High. Because they have the what? The fleshly appearance, this divine melanin fleshly appearance. They look like us. They hair like us. They eat the same foods as we eat. They even dress like us. They even talk like us. But the way that they act, the way that they carry themselves, the way that they don't have reverence, the way that they aren't upright, now gives them a spirit of what is called shame. That's a type of will. That's a will of disagreeableness. That's a will of the Luciferians, as opposed to what is known as divine will, known as Hu-He. So do you have Hu-He or do you have shame? As in shaitan? And so this shame, this spirit of I want to do my own thing, this spirit of yeah, I did that, and so what? This spirit of yeah, I did that, but I ain't gonna say I did that. Huh? This spirit of you can't tell me what to do with my body. It's my body. This spirit of yeah, we married, but that don't mean you controlling my life. This spirit of so what, mommy and daddy, I don't care. This spirit of yeah, you was my teacher, but I know you can't beat me, so I can be as rude as I want to be. Because this is how the devil is busy in this day and time. You understand? And if we don't understand it, if we don't put things in place to make sure that it doesn't continue to happen, then it's going to continue to flourish. It's going to continue to flourish. So what does it mean for us now as atoners to work harder than the devil? All of the things that have been prescribed for you are not just for you. All of the things to your gods, to reading the scriptures, to lighting your candles, to following all of the various festivals and holidays and things that we do as atoners are not just here for you. See, because if our children don't pick up on what it is that we're doing, then all of this was for naught. If we don't teach them that the original books of the Bible is their Bible, see, because when you're reading the Barashith, when you're reading the Papyrus 1 or the Papyrus 2, or any of the books that are going to come forward, if it's not your Bible, if you're not holding this and saying this is my Bible, then it never will become your children's Bible.
I'm on.
And they're going to always have somebody standing next to them saying that this myth-made Bible is the Bible. You understand? And people who don't understand will say, oh, but that's blasphemous. He's talking about my Bible. No, I'm telling you the truth. You may not like the truth. Just like how you don't like the medicine. Just like how you don't like the needle. Just like how you don't like the fast. Huh? Just like how you don't like discipline. But you understand that you need it. This is the truth. These original books in the Bible are here prescribed for you so that you have a plan to work harder than the devil. So that you have a way of knowing what to do instead of just holding up your hands. That's a part of it. That's sila. But you got to have the right words to go with that motion. You understand? If you calling on the same forces that are oppressing you,
Stay oppressed.
then you're going to stay oppressed. You're not going to be able to stop this force that's constantly coming down on us. That's telling us on any given day that we should hate ourselves. On any given day that we shouldn't question why we're being killed in the streets. On any given day that we shouldn't question why our leaders are so self-serving. On any given day why we shouldn't question why the crime in our country is out of control. On any given day why we shouldn't question why we learn more about black history on Facebook than by the Ministry of Education. On any given day we don't question these things because the devil has become the authority. And the devil is trying to tell us that we're supposed to be submissive to the authority of unbalancement. So this unwillful spirit, this shaitan, that has many of us out of control. We don't even trust ourselves anymore. We can't even promise ourselves something, that we can stop doing something, because something else is in control of us. And that's what we'll tell people. I just lost control. Well, if you lost control, then who was in control? Were you provoked or possessed? Because that's what we are as a people. we're possessed. And we don't understand how we're possessed. We don't understand how the little things that we do every day causes us to lose control and not be able to work harder than the devil. They have a system set up. They have an economy set up. They have a religion set up. They have labor set up. You want to be a part of their labor pool so they can throw crumbs at you. So they can question you about your nose ring. So they can question you about your apparel. So they can question you about your hair. Because you don't have your own economy, that's why. Because you don't have your own resources, that's why. So yes, the devil is out working us because the devil has been doing what? Walking up and down and to and fro on the planet. So they know where all the gold is. They know where all the coltan is. All of the things that are necessary for us to have our little iPhone, our little Samsung 7 we can explode in our pocket. They know where all of these resources are. And they make sure that anytime they find the resources, they destabilize the country so they can come in and save the day and get the resources. That's what they're doing in Haiti. That's why we don't like Haitians, because we think Haitians are poor people, because we think Haitians bring down our country. Man, it was Haiti that stopped the slavery that we was able to be freed from in the first place. But we don't want to talk about that. All we want to talk about is how good Jesus is. And this same Jesus is the one who enslaved you in the first place. I ain't talking about the real and living Messiah, because Jesus is not the real and living Messiah. The God and the devil that they keep talking to you about is on the same coin. One is heads and one is tails. You flip the coin on any given day, and you'll know who you're dealing with.
You're dropping the middle rail.
Come on, how you could be the most high heavenly one, and you controlling everything, but you cannot destroy the devil.
Teach, Red.
Come on now. Come on. You trying to tell me that the most high, not the God I serve, not Ane Ray. You trying to tell me Ane Ray can't destroy the devil? No, sir. Because when you read the Bible sheets, they get right out of out there. You understand? That's how we dealt with them. We didn't sit down and pray. They became the prey. You understand? And that's when devils in your midst, they got to know that they're the prey. When you step into the room, they got to understand, uh-oh, guess who here? He think he better than everybody. Oh, she always thinking she be. Yeah, I think I better than you. I think I better than you at living the 9 Qubtic rights. I think I better than you than living my true religious identity. I think I better than you than being balanced. Because that's what the Most High Heavenly One is calling for. And these same devils who cause all this imbalancement are the same ones who can be complaining with you. They can be the same ones on the line with you, complaining and telling you, oh, well, yeah, you see how this minister did this, and this so-and-so did that. And oh, look at the roads. Oh, and they need to clean up the neighborhood. Why don't you clean up the neighborhood, devil? When you start to talk about something, they'll stop you and say, oh no, I just being devil's advocate. No, you just being devil. You ain't no devil advocate. You just doing your job. You understand? And when you try to make a difference in the lives of your own people, it's the devils amongst you that are going to try to stop you. Because they have a job to work hard. You understand? They have a job to be miserable. They work hard. It ain't easy to stay drunk. Come on now, it ain't easy to stay high. You know, they may give you the first couple of set of drugs for free. After that, you gotta pay. No, ain't no bar giving away rum. You gotta go find money. You understand? That's why I look at these people sideways when they come to me, stink of rum, stink of cigarettes, or stink of cigar, talking about, let me 70 cents. What the hell you can do with 70 cents? And I supposed to feel bad about that? No, I don't have it. If you ain't sowing into this kanisa, if you ain't making room for our children to have a tomorrow, then get the hell out of my face. Don't come around me asking for no money. Don't come around me asking like I owe you something because I'm a pastor. I wasn't ordained to owe you something. I was ordained to make you clean yourself up so that you could have an opportunity for a better tomorrow. But you want me to give you some more money so you could be what? The devil hard at work. Hell with that. You understand? So I don't want it to be said by any one of y'all. That's why we're recording it. So you ain't got to tell nobody what my pastor said. It's going on YouTube. Yeah, he's be saying hell. Yeah, that's where y'all are. That's where we are, hell.
In hell today.
You understand? And you can't figure out you in hell because the devil's standing in front of you with a big cross on. The devil's standing in the front of you in the pulpit. Huh? The devil's standing in the front of you with some big title that you respect. And that's how they work hard. But you got to see through it. Stop being ashamed to be yourself. Too many of us are ashamed to be ourselves. You understand? But the devil ain't ashamed to be yourself. Huh? Then you walking around with a skirt just 2 inches below your navel. Huh? Then you as a man got pants with elastic in it. Huh? Then you got to be high or drunk every day. Oh man, it was a speed bump when they drove to that road. They got to need a drink. My Lord. Huh? You showing me all these facts about marijuana so you could get high. I ain't seen none of y'all weed heads out here trying to make paper with marijuana. Oh, you know it's good for oil. Well, where the friggin' oil at? It's the gas hype. You mean all of that smoking marijuana couldn't teach you how to make the oil from it? It's supposed to be on the grave of King Solomon, man. There ain't no King Solomon grave. So whoever wrote that was high. Come on now.
Mine.
And we expect for things to get better. The devil is not ashamed to be himself. The devil is not ashamed to be herself. The devil will make rules to make their devilishment the norm. And then make your righteousness evil. And that's what they continue to do. So are you working as hard as the devil? You got to work harder than the
Working
devil.
overtime, Rev.
You got to work overtime.
Overtime.
You understand? Because if not, our children gonna be slaves. And our children ain't gonna be slaves. And we ain't gonna be slaves.
I'm on.
With that I say I'm on.
I'm on.